All right, guys. I want to show you how to measure latitude and longitudes using this New York State map in your reference table. It's page 3 of your reference table. And what you're going to do is you're going to probably want to find a ruler at home somewhere. And you're going to be drawing a grid on this New York State map. And in order to draw the grid, get a ruler and a pencil. That's probably the best way to do it. Don't use pen because I don't want these lines to be too big. So if you notice on the side here, there's all these numbers 45, 44, 43, 42. Those represent latitudes, and 73, 74, 75, 76, all the way across represent longitudes. I'm going to draw a line connecting the places that are equal. Okay, so 45 to 45, I'll draw a line, right? 44 to 44, draw a line. Make it again nice and light on your paper. Don't make it too dark. You don't want your whole entire paper to be covered by this grid and you can't see anything else, just nice light lines. Okay, 41 is over here across Long Island. So those are all latitude lines, and you might want to write on the side that these are all latitudes. Okay, climbing the ladder, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. And these are all north of the equator, so they're all 42 degrees north, 43 degrees north, and so on. Okay, north of the equator. Longitude lines, they're my vertical lines. They're going to go like this, so 79 to 79, 78 to 78, okay, 77 to 77, 76, right there, 75, right here. Okay, and you're just doing this right again with pencil, with a ruler, on your New York State map, page 3. Okay, now you'll notice that these are all 70s, they're all longitude, they're all west of the prime meridian. And actually that's true of everywhere in the United States. We're always north of the equator and west of the prime meridian. So 73 degrees west, 74 degrees west, and so on. Now obviously, everything in this big rectangle right here has the exact same latitude and longitude if we stop at 43 degrees and 75 degrees, just doing degrees. And if you look at that, I mean, that's a very, very large area. Everywhere above this line is 43 degrees if we don't go more precise. 75 degrees is everywhere across here. So this whole box is the same latitude and longitude in degrees. So we have to get a little bit more precise. And in order to get a little bit more precise, I want to show you what we're going to do. We're going to draw some more lines on here. I'm going to do this in red, just so you guys can see it a little bit better. There are lines that we have to draw in between here, and I'm just going to make them dashed lines. So right up here where it says Lake Champlain, there's a little dash, and right over here it says 76. I'm making a dashed line going across with my ruler. You guys can do it with your ruler. I'm not doing it with my ruler, but you get the general idea. I'm trying to draw that as best I can. Dashed line across. Okay? Here's another one. Dashed line across here. Here's the line. It's halfway in between from Oswego, a little bit north of Oswego, across, and we're just drawing another straight line, dashed line like that. Here's one for 42. Okay, it's in between 42 and 43. Again, do this with a ruler, not freehand like I'm trying to do on the computer screen. And you get a dashed line across like that. There's another one for 41. Okay, so these are halfway marks. Now let's talk about what these actually mean. This is 44, that's 45, this is halfway in between, so you might say 44.5, right? But we don't say that with latitude and longitude. We call it something different, and we call it minutes. So this is 44 degrees, but it's a certain amount of minutes. Now think about an hour. 60 minutes in an hour. So halfway would be 30 minutes, right? So that's 44 degrees, 30 minutes, and we write that like that. Okay? This dashed line right here, this is 43 degrees, right? It's halfway in between, and 30 minutes. Okay? And this one is 42 degrees and 30 minutes. Okay? It's hard to write with a cursor with your mouse, okay? But you get the general idea, okay? Let's do all the longitude ones, and you can do the rest of these. Here's 78, here's 79. There's a halfway mark right here. I'm just drawing a nice vertical line, as straight as possible, okay? Dashed line, and here's another one, okay? A dashed line in between 77 and 78, okay? So let's label, I'm gonna label this one. This is 78 degrees, right? It's in between 78 and 79, so 78 degrees and halfway, so that's 30 minutes. Okay, that means this one is 77 degrees and 30 minutes. Okay, so now I know that halfway is 30 minutes. Now let's estimate. Let's do an example. Here's Syracuse, right? Syracuse is not right on the line. It's not 43 degrees, and it's definitely not 76 degrees. It's off the line a little bit. So let's start with latitude. It's 43 degrees for sure. I'm going to write that down. 43. It's above 43. And now I want to guess what that is. How many minutes is that? Well, if this is 0 and this is 30, it's just a little bit above the line. So I'm going to say it's about 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. And that's north of the equator. Syracuse is a little bit to the west of this 76 line, so it's definitely 76. Okay, but it's a little bit more minutes. So I'm going to guess how many minutes across there. You could say maybe, well, here's the halfway mark, right? Halfway is 30. So you could say maybe 5, maybe 10. I'm going to go with 10. I usually try to do it in 5-minute increments, but that's 10 minutes. I'm not writing very well on here, but you guys can see it, I think. 10 minutes west. Okay, so that's how you estimate places in between. It's just by guessing how many minutes it is. Okay, so use this grid to do the cracking the code worksheet, which is going to be posted online under class documents. Let me go back to my mouse. You guys, we're doing this in class. Clear the screen. We're doing this worksheet in class, but go to class documents. Go to class documents again. Go to homework worksheets and unit 2. We're now in unit 2 mapping. And here's this thing called cracking the code. They did this in class, practicing with finding these locations in New York State. So you're going to find the place in New York State, okay, using the latitude and longitude given. Write the name on the line, and it'll be one letter for every line, okay? And then at the end, you'll have letters of the first word, okay, the first letter of the word, and you're going to spell that out down below to figure out where these crooks went. So read this, figure out the latitude and longitude on the map, and when you're done, you should be able to spell out something. Okay, I'm not collecting that. It's something we did in class, but if you try that out, and if you have trouble with that, let me know, and I'll try to help you out as best as I can. Okay, so that's it, and hope you guys are doing well.